Welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pioneer Counseling. Today we are going to talk about CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and using the ABC model. The ABC model is a worksheet, but it's also just really a chart that anybody could use. Counselors is like a basic skill or a basic intervention or tool that they use in counseling. Hello, Flawless Cowboy Mountain 2022. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So we're going to talk about using this chart, and I'll go over it a few times just so that those that hop on a little later, this just can go on repeat a few times. But I'm going to, this is the first time I've used the inverted filter. This is really strange for me. But yes, Pioneer Counseling, we're gonna go over, I'm Jarius Shaheen, a licensed professional counselor in the state of Missouri. You can check out all my links in the bio website, but today we're gonna focus on the ABC sheet, or basically an ABC chart that you can use when it comes to things like fears, phobias, cognitive distortions, and it's a process or processing of your thoughts so you can change your reality. There's a lot of cool resources out there. You can Google, just quick Google search of ABC model or ABC worksheet with CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. You'll find a lot of templates that you can print or save, but we're just gonna go through the model today. So behind me, you're gonna see the back of my head a couple times. Sorry about that, but we're gonna chart this out. It's super simple. And anybody could really do this. So let's see, if I'm framing this right. Okay, we'll do this here. So ABC, is that backwards, right? Okay, perfect. So this is an ABC sheet. We're gonna split this down the middle here and across the top, A, B, C. So super simple model, right? Each letter stands for something. So A stands for the activating event or the activating agent. B stands for the belief. So whatever this activating event or agent is, this belief is correlated to that. We have a belief to this activating event. And then C stands for consequence. This is the consequential nature of what happens. We have an activating event, a belief related or correlated to that event, and then a consequence or a causation to what happens. The idea behind this sheet and cognitive behavioral therapy as a whole is that we can change, or we have the ability or capability to change any one of these columns. If a certain activating event impacts us in a certain way, we could potentially think about how to remove or change or restructure whatever this event is. If it's our belief that's problematic, we can begin to restructure or change our belief surrounding this event. And if it's more so in regards to what the consequence is or the causation of our belief or the event, we can, in some ways, restructure how this makes us feel or the causation of it, the consequence of it. So at any given point, we feel a sense of empowerment. Damien, hello Damien, how's it going? Elizabeth, nice of you guys to join. We're at 1,000 likes, awesome, that was quick. So that's the basic structure. Let's use an example. Maybe you can bring more people in to Damien, doing good, awesome, to kind of practice this. You can practice this right now with a certain type of belief or fear or situation that's going on in your life. Damien, I'm doing pretty good. I've got a break here today in between my sessions, so I thought I would share a little bit of insight on cognitive behavioral therapy and this ABC model. So let's jump in to an example. I'm going to encourage you guys right now, though, to share so that you can invite more friends and you can have more people view this model. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, this ABC chart. So as an example, let's use an example of arguments, right? So the activating event would be an argument, ABC word. So ABC activating, I'll write these out here in a minute. Activating event or activating agent. B stands for belief about this event, and then C is consequence or causation. So let me write these out. Activating event, and I have bad handwriting, my apologies. Belief and consequence. Okay, so let's say that as an example, my activating event is an argument. There's an argument between two partners, two couples, whoever might be, a supervisor and employee, that the activating event is this argument or maybe even confrontation. So then we want to mark that down. So let's say an argument or just confrontation. Confrontation. So now we want to explore within our own selves, or if we're the counselor with the client in front of us on this worksheet, we want to explore what the belief is. What is the belief revolving around this confrontation? Sometimes the belief is I'm going to get fired, or this is a disciplinary action, or something bad is going to follow. So it could be a fear-based belief. So we'll put fear. Might even be like anticipation or anxiety, or the belief is that this is bad, this is a bad thing. We shouldn't have arguments, or arguments are negative, right? So that would be the belief. And then the consequence might be anxiety, or it might be elevated heart rate, or it might be increasing tone if it's an argument. So we'll put the consequence as being like anxiousness. Okay, very simple example here. Activating event is a confrontation. Our belief is fear-based, that this is going to lead to something bad, or confrontation is bad. And then the consequence is increased anxiety. So now at this point that we have our data, we're able to maneuver around, we're able to navigate. If it's confrontation that's the issue, we could look at restructuring that event and saying, well, could there be ways to decrease confrontation? Or can I change my perspective on confrontation, or redefine confrontation, or alleviate the impact of it? So then we can move on. If we don't like that option, or we can't think of that option, we can go to column B. We could look at the belief and say, well, this usually indicates fear-based thinking. Perhaps I can restructure my belief. Perhaps I can change my belief around from a fear-based perspective to an empowerment-based perspective. That confrontation actually is empowering, that allows me to utilize skills, that allows me to feel or really land on a set of skill sets that I have. I can put them into use, and I can advocate for myself. So now we're changing the belief around it. This could potentially be an opportunity for something. And lastly, let's say that's too difficult, maybe it's too hard to change around our belief. We could change around the consequence or the causation. Let's say a confrontation happens. My fear-based symptomology comes up, or my fear-based belief comes up. I can't do anything about it. So then I look at mitigating or managing anxiety, that I change the causation around. I say, when these things happen, when these things trigger off like this, then the formula becomes, this equates to anxiety alleviating skills, coping skills, safety plan that's in place, utilizing a hobby, utilizing a new frame of thought, that I utilize something that changes the causation. The causation now might be peace, that when there's confrontation and fear-based thinking, that's going to equate for me to have an opportunity to implement something that's going to make me feel at peace, something that's going to make me feel more grounded, maybe through grounding skills. So that is a very basic example of the CBT, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy ABC sheet. Hey Corey Gray, thank you so much. If someone's going through something like that, this is a really simple worksheet, really simple model to go through. Super easy skill that you can tap into. Obviously, CBT is evidence-based practice, and it's utilized all throughout different branches or industries of mental health. So it is a go-to. After a certain point, when this becomes very natural, a client can use this on a day-to-day, or even in talk therapy, it becomes less worksheet-oriented or worksheet-based, to where you're not using a worksheet as a tool, but rather you are just implementing it through talk therapy, or you're walking the client through each column and seeing which one they can change in real time. It doesn't have to be something so blatantly obvious that, hey, well, this didn't work, so let's move from column A to column B. It could just simply be through a cathartic dialogue when it becomes second nature. So that's all I really had for today. Had a little break here, so I figured I would head on here and share this little tool. I might do a video module, a learning module on this later on to put on the old YouTube channel, Pioneer Counseling. All my links are in the bio. You can check those out. Some are more professional, some are a little bit more silly in nature. Kind of hit across a lot of different areas in life. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.